comes to theophany, there's a reason why we use this name. This name is that it's a revelation of God. That's the theo part, that this is God being revealed. If it was just a general revelation is something that's a bit beyond us, it would probably be sufficient for us to use the word epiphany. It's a very familiar word. It's much more familiar than theophany. Not that theophany is incredibly difficult. It's just a new word to learn. But we do that because that's exactly what it is. That this is a revelation of God. If we were trying to devise a deity, we could have done this a lot simpler. We could have done this a lot easier. We would have probably said, well, there's this one. Or we would have said, there's three. Or we would have said, many thousands. Or a synthesis, or machines, or aliens, whatever we wanted. It would have been a lot easier that way. It would have fallen within our understanding. We did not. And the surest evidence for that is that this God who has been revealed to us can't be well explained with the words that we have. It came from somewhere else. In today's reading, we heard that after rising from the water, the voice of the Father sounded. The Spirit in the form of a dove. Not the nature, not the anything else. This is not the same thing. The form of a dove. We have here the revelation of who is God. It was not something that we would have invented. Ours is a God, is the God, who is too different from humanity to be encapsulated by human language. That he transcends this, is beyond this. We try to understand. This is right, if I may. It is right that we try. It is right that we make the attempts. It is also right for us to recognize where our attempts conclude. It is certainly right for us to recognize the foundations of these attempts. In the Psalms, we hear that God is the Lord and has revealed himself to us. That he is there. We know this because he came to us. There's a fairly common understanding of the word religion, that it's our search for God, and that Christianity is therefore not religion in this sense. Because what we have here is God's search for man. God looking out upon humanity to see if there were those who sought him. It didn't just stop there, though. And this is where Christianity moves. He didn't just stop by looking out over the heavens to see maybe there is. He came here himself. The Son was sent, yet he was never distant from Father and Spirit. The Son did many things. We have the Gospels front and center on the altar for a reason. What he did was extraordinary, and that's why we sometimes struggle to find the right words for it, or why we have words that are so specialized that they really just need another definition on top. Because this is not the normal state of affairs. It is normal that in the Jordan, people would use water as a purification. It was unusual, although understandable, when someone chose to baptize someone else, as John the Baptizer did. That's why he was called that. John the Baptist was called that because he was baptizing others, which was strange and unusual for the people who lived along the Jordan. He was saying, you can't do this yourself, I have to do this for you. Which is why it was so extraordinary when Jesus came to him to be baptized. This was in the normal state of affairs. We can understand people being immersed by someone else, even if it wasn't a done thing. It's not that far away. Why we call our baptism sacrament is because there's something extra that happens. Something that we don't see, that creates a change in the person, a change in their relationship with God, bringing them into a covenant with Him, into what we might call a contract with Him, ongoing. We might also call it being brought into a family with all of the joys, all of the responsibilities that come along with that. Something changes because baptism happened. Much like here. Just as we can't quite find easy words that would be able to be used in any other context to describe that, we likewise can't use just any old terms to describe the God who loves us. There is always this plurality, yet also this unity. It took us a couple of centuries to stumble over the word Trinity as being a way of describing that triune that has been revealed to us. We didn't make it up. That was revealed to us. Both triune and united. Three and one. And yet also including that community between them. That they are choosing to be together, not just happenstance like a constellation. Stars happen to appear to be together. This revelation is the basis of our faith. That something beyond was revealed to us. It rests on that God, that He loved us so much, that He didn't want us to be fumbling around in the dark, wondering how it is that we might be able to get some kind of connection. But that He came to us, told us the way, and then made that way possible. This, in the ancient church, today was united with Christmas, which helps to explain why yesterday was a fasting day. Even though, yes, we ought to celebrate the Incarnation, yet also we ought to celebrate Theophany. So this became how it was that we would incorporate fast and feast. This day of the Incarnation, this great day, is because God wanted us to be with Him and made that possible by taking on what it was to be of carnal, of the carnal being of skin, of flesh, of this meat. Then He took on that for for us is a great joy to us. It means that he has followed us and we may follow him all the way through the gates of heaven. This is also our task. Sometimes we talk theology, and it sounds good, and then what do we do with it? We might think about it for a bit. But theology matters when it's put into practice. What is to be put into practice here? That he made it possible, so we ought to follow. That's what the covenant that we were brought into meant. That we can, that we ought, so therefore, that we should with every chance that we have. Amen.